Hello students. Now, in classification of plant, the second largest kingdom is Plantae. Whichever plants you can see around, they are all included in the kingdom Plantae. They carry out photosynthesis, prepare food material, give out oxygen. We breathe in the oxygen that is given by this Plantae. We eat the food which is given by Plantae. All the animals, they exist because there are plants. So the earth is ultimately made up because of this kingdom Plantae. So here they are autotrophic. They can prepare their own food, they prepare for themselves, they give the animal also. Now, this process of photosynthesis being autotrophic is due to chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which helps a plant to prepare its own food. So, they are eukaryotes, autotrophic, contains chlorine and they can prepare their own food and they all are multicellular. Now, this Plantae is divided into two, cryptogams and phanerogams. Crypt means hidden. Their gametes are hidden. They don't have flowers, fruit and seeds to show. So, crypt hidden, but still they carry out reproduction. So let us see the examples here. Now cryptogams, they are seedless, non-flowering plant. They don't have seeds, don't have flower, but still they carry out reproduction. Now they are further divided into Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. Thallus means one ribbon-like structure. So all the algae which are present in water, you will see algae, green color water. Why it is green? Because algae is present in that water. They are just ribbon-like, just thallus. They just undergo cell division and multiply just by the cell division. So here Thallophyta consists of algae, all the algae. The example here you will see Spirogyra. Mainly in the pond you will see Spirogyra, Ulothrix. So they are just filament-like, they are just thread-like, ribbon-like. Then the mosses. They are including division Bryophyta. So where do we find mosses? In rainy season, you will see that the land, wherever mud is present, it becomes green in color. And even on the trunk of the tree, it becomes green. Why? Mosses are growing. They are very small plants. They consist of leaf, stem, and root-like structure, rhizoid, which helping it to take in the moisture and grow. So that velvety structure on the land during rainy season, which you see, they are mosses. Now, next is Pteridophyta. P is silent, pronounced from the T. Pteridophyta, they consist of fern. If you go to a garden, you see small bushy plants, they are fern. They are decorative plant. They do not have flower, they do not have seed, but still they carry out reproduction. They have small decorative leaves. And when you take one leaf and see behind, you see brown dots on the leaf. Those are sporangium consisting of spores. When they mature, become dark brown. Initially it will be greenish dot, then become brown, and when it is brown, it is matured, it becomes powdery like, it floats into atmosphere, and when it gets moisture, land to grow, it germinates and grows into a new plant. That is how fern reproduces. They are pteridophytes. They are also give good appearance in the garden. Now, these mosses, since they have come out of the water and they are on the land, as in the evolution of the animal, frogs are the amphibians, they come out of the land and they grow. Same way, mosses, they are coming from the water and growing, therefore they are known as the amphibian of the plant. Amphi means both, two, land as well as water. So here they are the amphibians of plant. In animal classification, you will see frogs are the amphibians. They come out of the water and live. Here, if question is asked, amphibian of plant, it is mosses. Then further fern, they grow, they have stem, they have leaf, they have well developed roots, but they are small in structure and they are more developed than the mosses. So here the ferns, they are included in the division Pteridophyta. So these are cryptogams, that is, crypt means hidden, gametes are hidden, they don't have fruits and flowers for the gametes or the seeds to grow. So here small plant, ribbon-like, small leaf-like structure is present. Here the leaves are developed, stem is developed, and it is big but it is bushy, still small plant, bushy plants. So they are lesser plants, they are less developed than the higher plants. They are less developed than the phanerogams. So here cryptogams are small plants, but still they are included in the kingdom Plantae. So now we go to more developed phanerogams, flowering plants. They are with the seeds. Now here they don't have seeds. Fern has got only spores, small dot-like structure. But here they will have seeds. Seeds which will germinate and grow into new plant. So here phanerogams, flowering plants with seed. Now gymnosperms, they are mostly woody plants. You will see in cold region conical type of plants, pine, fir, cedar, all these plants, they are included in gymnosperms. Whereas angiosperms, all the plants which you see around in hot, humid climate, they are all angiosperm, mango, guava, all that are angiosperm. So here they are mostly woody. Flowers and fruits, they are not very prominent, whereas naked seeds, the naked means it is not covered by fruit. It is not covered by fruit. Here in angiosperm, seed is there enclosed. There is well developed flower which consists of ovary. Inside the ovary, seed develops and the ovary gets converted into fruit. And this fruit develops. We eat the fruit, throw the seed, and the seed grows into new plant. But here in gymnosperms, they are just conical structures. Male and female cones are present, and that bears the seed. And seed will be either male or female. Both the cones are different. It will be either male cone or female cone. The female cone will have female seeds and male cone will have male seeds, and they will grow into new plant. Now, reproductive structures are unisexual. Uni means one, bi means two. Bisexual, two. Both the sexes are present in the same flower, and unisexual, only one sex will be present in the cone. They are in the form of cone, male or female, that bears the seed. So this is gymnosperm. These are the characters of gymnosperms. Now angiosperm. They are the most developed plants on this earth, and you see them everywhere. They might be herbs, small plant, herbs, shrubs, and big trees. All are angiosperm. Now flowers are prominent, flowers are present, fruits are present, seeds are present. All the structures are present in the angiosperm. And now they can be unisexual also, means one sex in one plant, or they might be bisexual, both the sexes in the same plant. Now this angiosperm is further divided into monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Now monocotyledon means only one cotyledon will be present, and dicotyledon means two cotyledon will be present. Now you must have seen grains like rice, wheat and all. They are monocotyledon. Only one seed is present, so it is mono. Now in mango, if you see raw mango, you will see 2 cotyledons are present. Therefore, it is known as dicotyledon. So let's see angiosperm further divided into monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Mono, only one cotyledon is present, only one cotyledon is present, one. And here 2 cotyledons are present, 2 cotyledons are present. So you can see, you can take chana and put in water, it will sprout and you will see 2 cotyledons, they are separating and from in between the plant comes out. So that is dicotyledon. But if you put rice, then only one cotyledon will be seen and the plant will come out with the one cotyledon. Actually this cotyledon, they provide food for the embryo to grow into a new plant. The other structures which are associated with monocotyledon. If you see the leaf, the venation, the lines which you can see on the leaves are known as venation. They are parallel venation. Midrib, with the midrib, there is a midrib and there are lines present which are parallel to the midrib. Whereas in dicotyledon, there is a midrib and then you can see that reticulate venation is present. Reticulate venation is present in the dicotyledons. This is known as reticulate venation. Whereas here this is parallel venation. Parallel venation. And then when you see the roots of these plants, it will be fibrous. Fibrous. You see the onion, full onion bulb, you will see the roots are fibrous because it is monocotyledon. Here the roots are fibrous. Roots are fibrous. Here it has got a well-developed taproot system. Taproot system is there is one main root, big root, and they give out many roots. So this is like a tap which distributes water, and these roots, they suck in water from different parts and give to the plant. So this is known as the taproot system. This is known as taproot system. So this is the difference between monocotyledon and dicotyledon. All rice, wheat, everything is in monocotyledon. Grass you see, that is monocotyledon. Mango, big plant, mango, brinjal, they are in dicotyledon. So with this classification, the classification of plant is over. It ends here in dicotyledon. So it leads to the highest developed plant on this earth, that is dicotyledon. So this is the basic classification of plant. And it is very simple. Some names you might find it difficult, but try to understand the concept and memorize the name of this division so that it becomes easy for you to understand the classification further. Bye-bye.